Hi and welcome to my Python YouTube channel. It's awesome to have you here. If you like this video, a thumbs up would be great. And make sure to subscribe for future videos. I also have a blog at prosperacoder.com with lots of cool stuff, so feel free to check it out. Now, in the previous part of the Panda3D series, we were panning, orbiting, and zooming in the scene. We were changing the angle or distance from which we viewed the objects in the scene. But we were not changing the objects themselves. In this lecture, we'll see how to actually change the location, rotation, or scale of an object. Moving, rotating, and scaling are the three basic transformations in Blender. So here's our simple scene that we created last time. The transformations work only on the object or objects that are currently selected. And now let's have a look at them one by one. Let's start by moving objects. Suppose we want to move the monkey from where it is to the right. First of all, we have to select it. It's already selected. Let me deselect it and select it again. And now let's use the menu first. So go to the object menu and then to transform and move. Now, if you drag your mouse, the selected object is moving to a new position. And now let's hit enter, or let's left click again. We confirm the new position. You can also use a shortcut to move objects. The shortcut is G. This time, let's move two objects, the monkey and the icosphere. So let's hold down Shift and select the icosphere 2. Now these two objects are selected. And let's move them to the left. So they are now selected. And now just hit G and drag your mouse to the left. Left click again to confirm. Now, what about rotating objects? To rotate an object, you can select the rotate option in the menu or use the R shortcut. Let's rotate the monkey using the menu. First, make sure only the monkey head is selected. So click on it. And now you can go to the object menu, transform, and select rotate. And now if you drag your mouse, you can see the monkey rotate. Just left click again to confirm when you're satisfied. Now, if you select more than one object, they will be rotated around the point that is located in the geometrical center of the objects. Let's select the monkey and the icosphere. So hold down Shift, select icosphere, and also the plane. So one more time, hold down Shift and select the plane. And now let's rotate them using the R shortcut. So hit R and drag your mouse to rotate. As you can see, they are now rotating around this central point between them. Hit Enter or left click to confirm. Finally, scaling objects. To scale an object, you can use the scale option from the menu or the S shortcut. So let's scale the icosphere. Let's select this object only. And first we can use the menu. So go to the object menu, transform, scale. And now if you drag your mouse, you will scale it down or up. Just hit enter or left click again to confirm. You can also scale multiple objects at the same time. Just select them first and hit S or use the menu. This time they'll scale toward the geometrical center between the selected objects. I'll demonstrate it on the example of the monkey and the torus. So let's select the monkey and hold down Shift and select the torus. Now let's hit S and let's scale them down. Left click again to confirm. Now, you've probably noticed the red and green lines in the 3D viewport. These are the X and Y axes, respectively. By default, we don't see the Z axis, which goes up and down in Blender. Now you can transform objects in Blender in all three axes, as we've been doing so far, or in just one or two axes. If you want to transform an object in just one axis, just hit the key with the name of the axis, so X, Y, or Z, just after you activate your transformation. If you want to transform in two axes, hold down the Shift key and then hit the key with the name of the axis that you don't want to use after activating the transformation. So, suppose you want to move the monkey up, so along the Z axis. To do it, first select the monkey, just the monkey, then hit G and Z. G to move, Z to constrain to the Z axis. And now you can move the monkey just up or down, no other directions. Let's hit Enter or left click to confirm. Next, let's scale. Suppose we want to scale the torus in two axes, X and Y, but not in Z. So let's select the torus and let's hit S to scale and then Shift and Z. This means scale on anything but Z, so X and Y. And now we can scale. As you can see, the Z dimension is not changing. Left click to confirm. Finally, let's rotate the torus and the plane along the X-axis only. So, with the torus selected, hold down the Shift key and select the plane. Then hit RX. And now you can rotate these two objects around the X-axis. So, hit Enter or left click to confirm. Now, moving, rotating or scaling objects a bit or slightly is often enough, but sometimes our transformations must be more precise. But now look at the scene, such a mess. So before we move on, let's reset the transformations, so let's bring them to their default states. The default states are the point 0, 0, 0, so the world origin for location, 0 degrees for rotation, and the factor 1 for scale in all axes. Now to reset a transformation, select an object, hold down the Alt key and hit the appropriate shortcut, so G for moving, R for rotating, and S for scaling. So Alt plus G to reset location, Alt plus R to reset rotation, Alt plus S to reset scale. You can also select multiple objects at once. Let's select the icosphere, the torus, so hold down Shift, and the monkey, and reset the transformations. First, with the three objects selected, let's reset scale. So hit Alt S. Good. And now let's reset the rotation of the three objects. So with them still selected, just hit Alt R. Good. Finally, let's reset location. So with the three objects still selected, hit Alt G. And now they are all at the world origin. Now, sometimes you may want to move your object an exact number of units in a specific direction, or maybe rotate it by a specific number of degrees, or finally scale it by a specific factor. In Blender it's very easy. You just have to type the exact number of units from your keyboard. So suppose you want to move your object 4 units along the y-axis. To do that, you just type GY4. Let's check it out. Select the icosphere, it's over here, and hit G, Z to constrain to the Z-axis, and then negative 3.5. Enter to confirm. Negative because we're moving down. Next, let's select the monkey. We want to rotate it 45 degrees around the y-axis. All we have to do is hit R, Y, 45. Enter. And now let's select the torus and scale it in all axes by a factor of 3.2. To do it, just hit S, 3.2. Enter. You can play around with precise transformations to get used to them. And in the next part of the series, we'll be talking about object mode and edit mode. Also, feel free to check out my awesome Blender YouTube channel, which is completely dedicated to Blender. Okay, that's it for this video. If you like it, a thumbs up would be great. Also, make sure to subscribe for future videos. If you want to leave a comment or ask a question, you're welcome to do so. Thanks for watching.